So we've now got episode 7 of Fear the Walking Dead season 6. This is also our mid-season finale. Usually it will be episode 8, but of course due to COVID-19 they were unable to fill up episode 8, so episode 7 is now our mid-season finale. And this episode was called Damned from the Inside. So during this episode, Alicia is out searching for Dakota and trying to bring her back to safety. She's trying to do that because at the start of the episode, Strand was trying to take Dakota to a safe house. We don't know where the safe house was, but he was trying to take her to the safe house. He goes ahead to see what was happening because a horse comes back. Then Strand comes back and acts and sees everyone is dead. The car is gone, horses are gone, and he has no idea where Dakota is. His immediate reaction is to then call Alicia and get Alicia to come out and find Dakota, because he knows that Dakota looks up to Alicia and she will have an easier time finding her than Strand would. So Alicia and Charlie are now making their way around trying to find out where Dakota is. They come across the walker. The walker is a bit odd looking. It's got these kind of weird fake eyes, kind of weird patterns on the body. I had no idea. It's like someone did arts and crafts on the walker. They make their way inside the building. Well, Alicia makes her way inside the building. She's looking down at someone, and you get that creepy shot we see in the trailer when it was like a bench, and then we see later on that Alicia gets tied up on the bench, but we see a man has got this walker strapped down. He's kind of doing all this weird stuff to the walker. She then walks away and the man is then right there and injects her with a needle straight away. She passes out, wakes up attached to this bench. Her arms are taped. She is strapped down to this bench. Quite a terrifying thing to wake up to, I imagine, but she immediately gets out of it, which I thought at first it was a bit weird how quickly she got out of it, because he kind of set it up for her to get out of it, but then she got out of it. He doesn't really seem like a smart man. But something that took me the whole episode to realise, if you've seen Once Upon a Time, the ABC TV drama, the kind of fairy tale TV show, he plays Jiminy Cricket. I'm about 85 to 90% sure that is him. His voice has at me the whole episode, and I'm pretty sure I realised that's who he is. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he played Jiminy Cricket. But Dakota is there. He was out hunting, and then he came across Dakota and brought her back for safety, because apparently she was so shook after what happened with all the guys. She drove off in a panic and crashed the car. He then brings her back, and he tied up Alicia because he thought Alicia was part of that group and she was actually out hunting for him. She wasn't out hunting for him. Dakota does not want to leave. Charlie comes in and it's revealed that the whole place has been tied up. Everything, like, there's no way getting out. All the doors are blocked up, all the windows are blocked up. This guy has trapped them in there. And up to this point, I still wasn't sure, was he a good guy, was he a bad guy? Because the stuff he does that makes him seem like a good guy. When Dakota comes out of the room with him, she comes across as a very friendly guy, but then also locking up everything, even just what he did with Alicia, just tying him up in that manner. There seems like to be something off with this guy. But it plays out, and that he's not all there. He's clearly psychotic. Clearly something went wrong in his life. But Charlie injects him with a needle, passing him out. So we think, oh yeah, brilliant, we can leave. It's revealed though, Alicia does contact Virginia, and she makes a group with Virginia. And the deal is with Virginia, she makes is that if they deliver Dakota, Virginia will let Charlie and Alicia go, no questions asked, and they'll just be able to go, and they will not chase them. My immediate reaction was, Virginia says, where are you going to go? Alicia says she's got a place. My immediate reaction was the stadium. Of course, I was right in saying the stadium. Of course, that her plan is to go to the stadium, but who knows if we ever will see the stadium again. It'd be quite cool to see the stadium again, but again, I don't think we ever will see the stadium again. But Alicia, everyone's in there, and then the guy, because Charlie didn't inject a vein, I think he said he had to get a vein, Charlie didn't inject a vein, the guy comes out. He seems a bit shaken, he's not really walking around straight, he's holding a gun to them. Alicia does jump on him, he shoots the air, then he's on top of Alicia pointing the gun. Charlie comes out with something, I don't know what she smacked him with, but she smacked him with something on the side. Alicia then kicks him up and he lands on an antler, getting impaled in the side, like kind of Rick Grimes kind of thing. But then he's saying, okay, Virginia didn't kill his family, because at the start of the episode he said Virginia killed my family. It's revealed that Virginia didn't kill his family. He started doing all this graffiti and all this on the walkers. One got loose and ended up killing his family. So quite a sad. You could tell that he's, as I said, he's not all there. You don't know if this happened at the start of the apocalypse, or as in like losing his mind, or did he lose his mind because of his family dying. We don't actually know. But then all the guys get inside because he turned on this music to kind of lure the walkers there to try and make it safe. In a way, again, he's not all there. The walkers come in, they eat him, which was quite a brutal death because he's in pain as it is. And then I'd say 15-20 walkers coming in, eating on him. Then our group realize they have to get out there. There's no way, they have to get out there, so they start killing walkers. And it gets to a stage where a walker comes in and Alicia kind of freezes because the walker again is all graffiti. She freezes and someone kills the walker. My first reaction was either Virginia or Strand, but no, it was Morgan, and it kind of led to a really, really amazing reuniting scene between Alicia and Morgan, because we knew they had a good relationship, but the way they were reunited, I just thought was fantastic. I really thought it was just fantastic. You can see Alicia wants to cry in the scene. She immediately jumps and gives Morgan a hug. Charlie then says, "How are you here? We thought you died. We heard the gunshot." So they heard the gunshot, which I wasn't actually sure if they heard the gunshot. I don't know if it's been said already, but as of right now, as of this episode, I wasn't sure if they heard the gunshot. But then they said we heard the radio. So they were both shocked to see him because they both assumed he was dead for obvious reasons. Of course, they would assume he's dead, but of course he was not dead. And then Dakota starts saying, "Why are you dressed like the bounty hunter?" and starts naming it. And then he goes, "Well, he's dead. No way, he's coming back again." Morgan then he says, "Okay, we're going to take you guys back. You come back to join my community, and we're going to trade Dakota for everyone if he loves." Him and Alicia have a pretty big argument, and Alicia is then about to leave. And then Morgan almost gets teary-eyed saying, "You know what? We will get everyone back, but I am not willing to let you two leave. The only way I want to keep moving with this group is if I have everyone back." So he is now taking Dakota as part of the group just so he can have Alicia and Charlie, which it made sense. It was actually a quite not really an intense scene, but quite an emotional scene to see Morgan literally do anything he can just to have these two join his group again. But they're about to leave and they come across Strand. And I didn't know how this was going to play with Strand, but Strand says, "I'm not just going to let you guys go with Dakota." Alicia pulls up his weapon, Strand pulls up his gun, Morgan pulls up his weapon, and then they have a little bit of a back and forth. No one touches each other, no one fights, but they discuss it, and then Strand puts down his gun, lets them on their way, which it was a bit weird. They invited Strand, but he does not want to go because he knows that he can do more damage from within. But then he doesn't go. He makes his way back to Virginia. We see Virginia. She doesn't. She doesn't have a hand. Look, we know she doesn't have a hand. She's got a cast, but it looks more like a leather cast, like a more permanent cast, kind of reminding me a bit of Rick's kind of hand in the comics when he had the metal cast. Not really fully like that, but my mind just went there when I seen Rick, when she kind of had a cast on her arm rather than just having whatever. She had it all strapped up because, of course, that's expensive to have remove a main character's arm like that. But we then Strand lets her know what happened, and we find out Strand literally devotes himself. I'm assuming he's still playing double fiddle. I know he's not. I know he probably is still with our group, but he knows he can still do more damage. I don't think he's fully devoted to Virginia, but he says that he is fully devoted to Virginia. So she welcomes him in. She fully shows him what is happening. She takes him somewhere. I didn't know what was going to happen. At first, I thought she was going to take him to Madison, because I still believe Madison's alive. I really honestly believe. Even the fact that Morgan still doesn't know who saved him, still that's a mystery who saved him. I still think I'm fully there that Madison is the one who saved Morgan at this stage, because I don't know who else. First, I thought it was what's her name? Sherry, but now Morgan and Sherry have met each other. We know that it was not Sherry. I'm pretty certain it's Madison. I would be shocked now if it wasn't Madison, because why else would they be building it up just to be some new character? I feel like it has to be someone we've met before, and Madison's the only one left that I can think of. So I'm pretty certain that it is Madison who has saved Morgan, and I hope it is. But anyways, when they go in through that door, it's revealed that Grace, I think her name was, Grace she's been sitting in this pretty much a cell. She's heavily full on pregnant, and we've seen that she has just been locked in this room ever since Virginia took this group in. She knows that Morgan's fond of Grace. He knows that Morgan and Grace, I don't think they had a relationship, but she knows that she is very important to Morgan. So she knows that keeping her is going to keep Morgan. So the fact that she is now going to she says that she is going to take the rest of them. So everyone else that Morgan loves is going to be locked away like this, trying to stop Morgan from continuing on, just because Morgan now has Dakota. So this kind of end scene showing that where Grace is, because Morgan has been looking for her the entire season. Now knowing that Grace is there, I really want to know how the hell, what Virginia's going to do, how Morgan's going to react to this, because I think Strand is still with Morgan. I think Strand is on their side. I just don't know how it's all going to play out. We know now that Alicia, Charlie and Dakota are all now part of Morgan's group again. They are all living with Morgan. I really want to see Morgan's community, because there's so much people there. I doubt they're living in tents. I say they have started construction on that place. I'm excited to see what's going to happen, because that is pretty much Morgan starting Alexandria. We're going to see a whole town build up around there, and I'm so excited to see how it looks, how they're going to build. Hopefully we see it in episode 8 whenever that airs. I don't think there's a release date as of right now, but hopefully we do see how it's going to look. I really am excited to see how it's going to look, and I hope it doesn't get destroyed in season 7. I hope this is their base. I hope they stay there, because I like the idea of living in this dam, and I hope it looks good. I'm excited to see what happens. I am really excited for episode 8 of Fear the Walking Dead, which I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm excited for Fear the Walking Dead. After season 4 or after season 5, I was not excited for Fear the Walking Dead. Now every week I'm excited for the next episode of Fear the Walking Dead. Quite disappointed that now we are at the mid-season break. Who knows when's going to come back, but I am really excited for this back half. Please God though, please. Season 4 started off great, second half shit. Fear the Walking Dead season 5 started off great, ended off shit. Please do not botch the second half. You did a fantastic first half. This is by far the best first half of Fear the Walking Dead, or best half of Fear the Walking Dead has ever done. Do not botch the second half. Please have the second half be just as good, if not better, as this first half. But let me know your thoughts on episode 7 in the comment section down below. How do you think Virginia's going to play all this out? Who's Morgan going to go for next? Who's going to join Morgan's group next? Personally, I think it's John. He's going to run into John somehow. I can't think of anyone else who we haven't seen. I think all the major players from his group, as far as I know, we've been reunited with. There's no one, I can't think of anyone else we haven't been reunited with, so I don't actually know. But let me know in the comment section down below who you think Morgan is going to get part of his group again. If you want to see more Walking Dead content from me in the future, next week is the end of season 1 of Walking Dead World Beyond. They're doing a double episode, so episode 9 and 10. My reviews for them will be dropping next week, so if you want to hear my thoughts on those episodes, click that subscribe button. And as always, thanks for watching.